Now on CoastTV News.
Grappling with gender surgery, we look at a Delaware bill being backed by a Sussex County state senator that would ban gender surgery on children.
Pier pricing problem, long in need of repair. How much Cape Henlopen State Park officials are now saying it will cost to fix its fishing pier.
Signal strength on its way. Milton has long had cellular issues. Why that could be resolved later this year.
Winter ends warmer. Lots of sunshine today with a quiet and mild end to winter. Spring begins breezy with increasing showers. Details coming up.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. It is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025.
So I didn't get my Powerball tickets earlier this week. So fortunately, there wasn't a winner. So I still have a chance to.
Could be your last day.
And I might kick some over to you and Bob if I win.
Wow. Well, this could be your last day working.
I could, I'll get you a Nate McMuffin or something.
That's really nice. Would you give us how much would you give? It's $416 million.
Yeah.
So how much can you spare, do you think?
Oh, 20?
Dollars? No. Well, Bob, are you going to go get your Powerball tickets? I think it's a good idea.
Only if I can keep it all, not taxed. Yeah. So, maybe that'll change here in the next couple of years. But right now, no, I don't think so. The odds are 1 in 200 million. So, I'll probably save my $5. We're looking at chilly conditions this morning. Frosty 33 in Salisbury, 34 in Georgetown, Milton 33, 39 in Rehoboth, Bethany Beach 36. So I don't think we're frosty at the coast. Winds are calm. We're looking at clear skies with high pressure overhead. So good visibility this morning, good travel weather. Some clouds to the east, and we've got high clouds to the west. And eventually we'll see some warmer air building in as high pressure slides away. But here's 6:30 on Futurecast. It's so pretty frosty out there. Then if you don't scrape the frost, it'll melt by mid-morning with 40s. And then by noon, we're well into the 60s away from the coast, but mainly 50s at the coast. But I think well inland, you could be upper 60s from Salisbury to Seaford, low to mid 60s, the 113 quarter. But then you get closer to the coast, and we're looking at chillier 50s with clouds increasing this evening. Bus stop forecast is a frosty one for the kids. Make sure they're bundled up. 32 off to school. And heading home, they can carry those jackets. Looking mild with some high clouds building in and a temperature of 62.
Thank you, Bob. Our top story this half hour, the Delaware State House has passed the End of Life Options Act. This allows medical assisted death for terminally ill patients with 6 months or less to live. You might remember a similar bill passed through both chambers of the General Assembly last year, but was then vetoed by then Governor John Carney. This bill now heads to the Senate.
A Republican-backed bill in the Delaware State Senate dealing with gender transition surgeries for children is getting a hearing today in the Health and Social Services Committee. In Senate Bill 55, sponsored by Sussex County's Bryant Richardson, it bans surgery on children as it is believed that child will eventually identify with their biological gender. It also bans taxpayer funding of surgeries on children. With the Democrats holding a 15-6 majority, it will be a challenge for Senate Bill 55 to get approval.
Today in Worcester County, we could see in court the man who took a plea deal in a tragic hit and run from 3 years ago. This was the date set for Tyler Mayu's sentencing. He was involved in a crash that killed 14-year-old Gavin Canup of Ocean Pines. It's important to note here that Mayu pled guilty to traffic charges. Mayu is facing a maximum of 10 years. However, prosecutors have said they could only recommend a little less than 4.
Happening today, plans continue to be worked on for an area in Milford called Deep Branch Park. Those plans will be reviewed by the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission, and Milford wants to transition this 19.4-acre parcel into a park on Rehoboth Boulevard. Some ideas include playgrounds, pickleball courts, and walking trails. The commission meeting takes place at 5 p.m.
Also today, we are expected to get a look at a project almost 2 years in the making. Milford and Slaughter Beach, they've been working together to connect the two communities. Officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1. An open house will highlight this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the areas, and that is all happening at the Milford Public Works facility.
And more development proposed, this time the zoning of Bellmead Farm on Route 24 next to Beacon Middle School in Lewis. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear a request to change the farm zoning to that of a commercial district. Planning and Zoning meets at 5.
DENREC moving forward on plans to fix the Cape Henlopen State Park fishing pier. Park officials say the World War II era structure has already seen some significant fixes. Parts have been fenced off until additional repairs can be made. DENREC says it has $250,000 to work with, but get this here, building a new pier, that could cost $25 to $40 million. People we spoke with say they hope that there are additional improvements to the popular state park.
No, I think you need both. You need to be able to have the campground so people can bring their families to camp and then enjoy the water and everything that goes along with it.
And according to DENREC, another area for improvement is the McBride bathhouse. It says it's undersized. DENREC will launch a structural analysis of the bathhouse to better understand its current condition and possible needs.
This is good news for Miltonians. Cell service is about to get better because Verizon confirms it will be expanding this summer with plans for a new tower that should be done by the end of the year. And it's welcome news for locals who say cell service here, it's not so great.
Sometimes Verizon, yeah. If I have friends come over, if they're Verizon, they'll come over and they'll be like, hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? And I'll be like, all right, yeah, here it is, you know. I get it. It's a little bit, it could be better.
And Verizon says, quote, we know Delaware relies on Verizon while working with local leaders to help deliver the network performance. Our customers expect and deserve our expansion in Milton will greatly improve customers' network experience, end quote. And the company expects work to start this summer and be completed by the end of the year.
Got an update on a story that we've been covering out of Lewis. The city is working on crafting a policy dealing with businesses that are operated out of a home. And tonight, the Lewis Planning Commission could move that plan forward to City Council. Here are some of the recommendations that are expected to be reviewed. No changes to the character or exterior of the home. No adult entertainment businesses. Hours of operation for the businesses would be between 7 a.m. and p.m. It's one of several agenda items for that meeting scheduled at 6:30.
We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital. President Trump is speaking out about what called a very good and productive call with Russian President Putin and their agreement to an immediate ceasefire on energy assets in Ukraine.
It's also important to note here that Ukrainian President Zelensky was not part of the conversations, and he says he wants more details.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how the president's push to end the war in Ukraine comes as the fragile ceasefire in the Middle East is fractured with a string of Israeli military strikes in Gaza.
President Trump in a new Fox News interview touting his nearly 2-hour phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Talked about a lot of things and toward getting it to peace.
Saying they have a very good relationship.
Putin actually said to me, if you're my friend, I'd hate to see you as my enemy.
President Putin agreed to stop attacking energy infrastructure targets in Ukraine for 30 days in what the White House calls a first step toward the full ceasefire that Ukraine already agreed to.
Буде часу президента Трампа.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky saying he supports any proposal to end the war on his country but needs more information and does not trust Putin. That, as the Kremlin said, it has a key condition, that foreign military aid and intelligence to Ukraine be cut off.
And we didn't talk about aid, actually. We didn't talk about aid at all.
It all comes after violence exploded once again in the Middle East, with Israel resuming airstrikes on Hamas targets in Gaza, killing hundreds, according to the Hamas-run health ministry. Negotiations had stalled for the next phase of a fragile ceasefire deal, Israel blaming Hamas for rejecting proposals from a Trump administration envoy.
Hamas refused offer after offer to release our hostages.
And citing indications that Hamas militants were trying to rearm. The renewed fighting raising new fears for the family of American-Israeli hostage Idan Alexander.
Any military action will put remaining hostages in danger. No question about it.
The Trump administration standing with Israel amid escalating global tensions. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, condos on the coast. That's what one developer is asking for in Ocean View. We have the reaction to the latest project.
Also, Dairy Development Review will tell you why not everyone in Lewis would be opposed to a new development taking over an old dairy.
But first, Millsboro Police hiring help. What that department is looking for in its efforts to add to their staff. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view. Soaring over the shore, Mondays on Coast TV News at 6. Sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the I.G. Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Coming up, Drew's got Stanley Tucci.
Mr. Tucci,
Yes.
you have so much swagger.
Do I?
Wednesday at noon on Coast TV.
This last morning of winter is a cold one for Delmarva. Here's the FH FurCam, 34 in Cambridge right now. At least the winds are light, but 32 in Delmar, 31 in Redden. So we're scraping frost. Inland areas at the coast, 30s and 40s. Probably not frosty there as we have calm winds right now and clear skies. So good visibility, good travel weather this morning. Some clouds to the east and to the west, and eventually some of those high clouds build in later today. If you're washing your car, today is the best day of the next 3 because tomorrow gets windy, kind of rainy in the afternoon, so I'll go poor. And then Friday's really windy, so I'll go fair there. Improving conditions into the weekend.
Milton, a couple of ways for the town to keep speed under control on its roads are being looked at tonight's Streets and Sidewalks Committee meeting. The use of portable radar and an electric speed program could be voted on, and if approved, be sent to the town council.
Millsboro Police Department now accepting applications for its 2025 Fall Academy class. A physical and written test that will be held on Tuesday, March 25th, and again Wednesday, April the 19th, both at 9 a.m. at Millsboro Middle School. Applications must be submitted before taking the test. The application can be found on the department's website.
The FBI is asking people and companies to take extra steps to protect their Outlook, Gmail, and other popular accounts. It comes after a group of developers targeted critical industries such as healthcare with ransomware called Medusa. Some tips for protection: turn on 2-factor authentication if it's not already on, and be cautious when it comes to file downloads and links.
Artificial intelligence could be coming to a drive-thru near you. Yum Brands, they own restaurants like KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. They've announced it's partnering with technology chip maker NVIDIA. The company says it plans to use the AI tech in restaurants' drive-thrus. Get this, it's going to adapt to human speech patterns and understand menus.
Still ahead, Dairy Development Review will tell you how one proposed project could be steps away from final approval tonight in Lewis.
Still pretty dark out there in Lewis on the Tunnel Razor Cam. At least the flags are limp. It's calm, but it is cold and frosty. It is a cold start to this last day of winter, but it ends mild. Spring begins mild tomorrow with showers and breezy conditions. Really windy into Friday. Much more in your forecast in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
What am I going to do with all these plants?
Boys, these plants need style.
Come on, let's boogie. Let's find something funky, fun, and fabulous at the Pottery Place in Fenwick Island. Your one-stop shop for the most unique decor on the shore. with the largest selection of pottery, art, gifts, furniture, houseware, novelties, and more.
Looking for something special?
Special orders and free local delivery are available.
That's just spiffy.
The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware, a family tradition for over 50 years.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Join Camp Rehoboth at Women's Plus Fest from April 10th through 13th in Rehoboth Beach, celebrating community, sensational entertainment, sports, and much more. Catch headliners B. Steadwell and Gwen LaRocca at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center, bringing the community together through the joy of music and comedy. Get ready to boogie at dances, meet new friends, and kick off spring with this unforgettable extravaganza. For fest passes and event tickets, visit camprehoboth.org.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Time is 6:17, and we're getting a live look at the Roosevelt Inlets. No signs of daylight there. Winter going out with a whimper. That just came to me, Bob.
Darn.
I stole it from you.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. I was hoping for another good snowstorm before the end of winter, but I know, I hear all the moans and groans. No, we're not going to see any snowstorms, and maybe we're done for the season, but we will be looking at frost this morning, and it might take you another couple of minutes to scrape that frost. Inland areas, not so along the coast. So it definitely still feels like winter out there this morning, but it'll feel nicer this afternoon. 64 inland areas, 50s at the beaches. Average high now is 55. Spring arrives tomorrow at 5:01 a.m. 67 tomorrow. Late day showers. Cool and windy Friday. A little milder on Saturday, and then back to the chill on Sunday. It's the battle of the seasons. Right now, 39 in Rehoboth, 37 in Bethany Beach. Inland, we're closer to freezing. That's why we have frost here. 32 in Delmar, 34 in Seaford. Salisbury at 33. Winds are calm or very, very light. So clear skies, calm winds. That's why we're seeing the frost with high pressure over the top of us right now. Good travel weather. We're not seeing anything in the way of fog. We're seeing some clouds to the east right now in that high pressure area right over the top of us. And once this high starts to slide away, we'll get into a warmer southwesterly flow as we go through the next 24 hours. There are some high clouds moving our way from the Ohio Valley, and those will build in during the day. But there's a big storm across the Central Plains right now. Blizzard conditions from Kansas into Oklahoma and into the Dakotas as well. And a lot of wind with this too as it moves to the northeast. We'll be seeing that cold front sliding through tomorrow, increasing our wind and rain chances later in the day. So here's Futurecast this morning, frosty early, and then mid-morning we're warming up into the 50s, and then as we head into the 1 o'clock hour, we're looking at low 60s in Millsboro, 65 in Seaford, 65 in Salisbury, cooler 50s at the coast, and then we'll see clouds increasing as we go through this evening, and then with the winds picking up out of the south tonight into tomorrow morning, not as cold tomorrow morning into the 40s, and then it gets breezy, cloudy tomorrow, temperatures well into the 60s inland areas, cooler for the coast, and then showers into the evening hours. This system not as robust as the last one, maybe some heavier rain, maybe a rumble of thunder through the evening hours, and then rain through the mid-evening hours through about 10 o'clock. And then we'll see the wind shifting to the northwest and getting really windy on Friday and cold, starting out in the 30s, highs only in the 50s, but really, really windy. We're seeing those winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour Thursday afternoon, and then shifting to the northwest on Friday, gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour plus. As far as the rain goes, maybe up to about 3/4 of an inch of rain with this front. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 64 today, 67 as spring arrives Thursday with showers, windy and colder Friday, and the weekend mainly dry. A few sprinkles Saturday, 64, back to 54 on Sunday, and a few more showers Monday and milder and a high of 64.
Thank you, Bob. Happening today, the Lewis Planning Commission set to review the final subdivision plan for a proposed development. It's called Roosevelt Landing. The 8 single-family lots would be located on Pilot Town Road. More than 100 years ago, let's go back to 1919, that land became home to the Lewis Dairy, but for the past several years, the building there has been empty, and the property looks like this. Some people who live nearby say they are sad to see the dairy go, but they're also fine with a development this size.
At least that's small, you know, not going to create that much traffic, and not like some of the larger building areas. I hated to see the dairy leave, really, because it's been there, had been there for so long, but, you know, everything changes.
And the Planning Commission could issue a recommendation to the mayor and city council, who will then hold a public hearing and make a final decision on that subdivision plan. This does take us to our Coast TV poll, and we want to know, how should Lewis honor the history of the dairy? And here are the updated results.
So far, 71% of the votes go to historical marker, 18% and no tribute needed, 6% community space, and 5% a museum exhibit. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so on CoastTV.com or over on our mobile app. And up next on Coast TV News Today, condos on the coast will tell you how many homes one developer is asking for in Ocean View and when officials will discuss that project. Don't go anywhere.
Looking to transform your mobile home? Trust Delaware Mobile Home Repair. From skirting and siding to more, our experienced crew handles all your renovation needs. Unlike others, we specialize in manufactured homes, understanding their unique needs, saving you from future costly repairs. Need a fresh look? Our team specializes in stunning interior remodels to complete makeovers tailored to your style. Visit our new showroom on Route 24 by Love Creek for all your mobile home needs, or visit our website to request a free estimate from Delaware Mobile Home Repair.
It all started with a food truck and a dream of bringing excellent street food to our community. That dream became Tiki Jack's as we know it today. From mouth-watering street tacos to our signature sandwiches and street-inspired entrees, Tiki Jack's is the ultimate destination for comfort food by the shore. Whether you're dining out with family or looking for a fun night out with friends, stop by Tiki Jack's of Rehoboth Beach today for all your street eats and brews.
The Tax Time Savings Event has deals you don't want to miss at Home Living by Donaway in Outlets Ocean City. Furniture is at great prices, like this living room set at amazing low prices with color options while supplies last. Full living room set starting at $10.99, plus up to 50% off furniture and accessories store-wide. Supplies are limited, so stop in now for the Tax Time Savings Event because it's ready for pickup at Home Living by Donaway.
Through the window, I seen a pile of dogs.
A canine encounter.
She was shaking and afraid.
But this outcome
This was the most exciting thing that happened.
was different.
Oh, the puppies are adorable. You want to see a picture of the puppies?
Sure. Oh, they did turn out cute.
Next, Judge Judy.
Wednesday at 2 on Coast TV.
A proposed development named Gulfstream Glen Cove is going before the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Committee today. Developers are asking for a zoning change and a conditional use that would allow them to build 46 condos in Ocean View. Developers want to change this area from an agricultural residential district to an MR medium density residential district. And what that basically means is they want to change what they're able to do with the land. Coast TV spoke with Brian Thomas, who has lived in his Ocean View home for over 25 years, and he says enough with the new development.
Yeah, I don't like to see it coming in. I have no control over it. It's not my property. But I do like to see them respect, or would like to see them respect, the people who live in the area already and have established themselves.
And we tried talking with the developers as well, but they said they have no comment at this time. And Matt, tomorrow is the first day of spring, one season closer to summertime, your favorite time of the year.
It is my favorite time of the year. We were just talking during the break. I have to get my grills all geared up, ready to go, because for me, grilling season starts first Saturday in April. That's opening day for grilling season.
So Bob and I can come over.
You are more than welcome to come over and
so
enjoy
much.
the delicious food that I will cook.
Yeah, I take my burgers medium, a little pink inside. Okay. All right, okay. Looking forward to all the warm weather stuff coming up. Here's a beach forecast. Chilly in Assateague and Chincoteague early on, near 40 degrees. Warming into the 50s, barely 50 in Assateague, mid-50s in Chincoteague. Up the coast, Fenwick Island and Ocean City, a cold start. Then I think you're into the 50s this afternoon with some increasing clouds. UV index is moderate at that time. On the bay side, the next 3 days, mild today and tomorrow. Showers later tomorrow. Windy on Friday for Cambridge, and similar conditions into Crisfield. Much more on your forecast coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, proposed Social Security protections. We'll tell you about the proposed changes to the agency that President Trump says are aimed at fighting fraud.
Also connecting Sussex communities. We could get a look at the plans years in the making between Milford and Slaughter Beach.
And Donovan Smith discussion with proposed development in the manufactured home community. We'll tell you why some locals say the ideas are just not feasible. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Blake Shelton hosts a night 100 years in the making.
Join some of your favorite country legends
to celebrate 100 years at the Grand Ole Opry.
Opry 100, a live celebration tonight on NBC and Peacock.
The Andes, where a miracle of nature is captured. These frogs can freeze solid and come back from the dead every day.
The Americas, new Sunday on NBC and Peacock.
On August 1st of 1924, my great-grandfather, Samuel E. Shockley, met in Willards with a small group of men to determine the advisability of opening a bank in Willards, Maryland.
Put yourself in their shoes. A train comes through town, there's horses and buggies, and the only way that they could allocate capital through this area of Wicomico County was to build a bank. It's an audacious goal.
They wanted to build a bank that could be used by the common man. So they met in the summer of 1924, and then by January they were ready to open the doors of the bank.
It's really rewarding to hear the stories of a customer who comes in and says, you know, your grandfather gave me my first loan.
Banking will always be about people. It will not be about machines, computers, cell phones. So as we move forward into the future of the Farmers Bank of Willards, we always have to remember that people come first.
Join America's favorite game.
You never know what's going to happen.
For the I can't believe it. And always for the unexpected.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
That's not it, but thank you.
Wednesday at 7 on Coast TV.
Next Jeopardy! 3-game champ Alex DeFrank racks up the winnings.
Rock solid.
Now, can he clear 100,000?
Real-time Jeopardy drama.
Next Jeopardy!
Wednesday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Now on Coast TV News.
New neighbor negotiation. Lewis officials consider adding to a manufactured home community along with the infrastructure issues that it could bring.
Rules for school boards. We look at several bills in the Delaware General Assembly that set requirements for leaders in the state's school districts.
Finding fishing pier funds. Why repairing the Cape Henlopen Pier is looking to be a costly venture.
Winter ends warmer. Lots of sunshine today with a quiet and mild end to winter. Spring begins breezy with increasing showers. Details coming up.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 19th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Time is 6:29, middle part of the week as we wind down that winter season.
So sad.
You gonna pour one out?
See the winter go. Oh, so sad. No, I'm really happy for warmer weather. It's been sunny outside. It's been warmer. I think I'm in a better mood because of it.
I've noticed you've been in a better mood this week.
Well, that's great. I'll thank Bob. We can thank Bob for that one. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, it is. And your mood definitely has improved on this last day of winter. Elisa. Yeah, no, but it's a cold start. Before we get to the warmth this afternoon, we're talking frosty conditions this morning. 33 in Salisbury, 34 in Georgetown, 33 in Milton. So leave extra time to scrape the frost and warm up the car. Upper 30s and 40s at the beaches. Probably not frosty there, but the winds are calm because we've got high pressure right over the top of us now with clear skies. We've got some clouds to the east and back to the west, but right over the top of us, a nice corridor of clear skies. But some mid to high level clouds back to the west, and we have a southwesterly flow behind this ridge of high pressure, and eventually we will warm up. But it's a cold start. 7 a.m. on Futurecast, we're in the 30s and 40s. If you don't scrape the frost, Mother Nature will take care of the rest. Mid-morning, we're into the mid-40s, and then by the noon hour, 62 in Delmar, 61 in Georgetown, 57 in Berlin. It's going to be cooler at the beaches today with 40s and 50s for highs, around 55 in Lewis. But look at Salisbury, 67, 62 in Millsboro, 62 in Georgetown. So if you like the warmth, go inland. It's going to be cooler at the beaches. And then this evening, the clouds start to increase. Use your DriveCast. I give it the yellow light because there's going to be a little delay with scraping the frost and warming up the car. And then heading home, a few more high clouds with dry and mild conditions.
Thank you, Bob. Our top story this half hour, more homes could be coming to an existing Lewis community. The Lewis Planning Commission is considering giving conditional use that would add 31 more homes to the Donovan Smith neighborhood. There's one empty lot that could eventually be a new manufactured home, and the developer wants to build throughout this area. But some people CoastTV spoke with say there's just no room for more development there.
I don't think there's room for 31. They might be lucky if they get 15 or 20 in here. It might make it a little crowded in here. It'd be nice if they set up like a park or something for the children that'll probably be coming in with these trailers because there's not much room to do around here.
And all the people currently living there do not have to pay for utilities. They have been grandfathered in for 20 years. And what is not clear is what the situation would be for the new people if 31 homes are approved.
And it was 3 years ago the city of Lewis annexed the Donovan Smith community. That was done to extend its sewer service and fix those long-term sewage and water problems. In 2024, water and sewer lines were replaced as part of a project that integrated the neighborhood with the city's infrastructures. This was after a new law in Delaware was created, the Clean Water Trust, to protect Delaware waterways and rebuild Delaware's drinking water infrastructure.
Happening today, we are expected to get a look at a project almost 2 years in the making. Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to connect the two communities. Officials want to build a bicycle and walking pathway on Route 1. An open house will highlight this project and some of the alternatives being considered to connect the areas. And this is happening at the Milford Public Works facility.
And also today, plans continue to be worked on in an area in Milford called Deep Branch Park. Those plans will be reviewed by Sussex County's Planning and Zoning Commission. Milford wants to transform this area, it's 19 acres, into a park on Rehoboth Boulevard. Some ideas for it include playgrounds, pickleball courts, and walking trails. The commission meeting, that takes place at 5 p.m.
Denmark is moving forward on plans to fix the existing Cape Fishing Pier. Cape says the World War II era pier has already undergone significant repairs and parts have been fenced off until structural repairs can be made. Denmark says it has about $250,000 to work with, but a new pier could be $25 to $40 million. Money well worth it for some park goers.
Well, we were on there to some areas it probably needs to be taken care of. And the way things are expensive these days, there probably isn't a lot of money when it comes down to it to redo part of the pier.
Another change for the park, Denmark says it has been working with the Lewis Board of Public Works to plan for the connection of the park wastewater to Lewis BPW.
New this morning, Sun Behavior of Delaware will celebrate its new outpatient building. This is scheduled for today. The organization, which deals with adult mental health and substance use, will hold a ribbon cutting for the building. The outpatient building is located right next to its hospital in Georgetown, and the event is supposed to start at 3:30, and that will be followed by an open house.
This just in, with less than 2 months from Delaware's school board elections, several bills were introduced on Tuesday in the General Assembly dealing with rules for board members. House Bill 77, co-sponsored by Rehoboth Beach Democrat Claire Schneider Hall, requires school board members to be trained on the Freedom of Information Act and the State Employee Code of Conduct. Bill 82 deals with residency. Candidates must live in the school district they are attempting to serve. In House Bill 82, a person cannot be appointed to fill a vacancy unless a background check has been completed. All these bills are expected to receive a hearing in the House Education Committee in the coming weeks.
Tonight, the Lewis Planning Commission could move a plan forward to City Council. This deals with businesses operating out of a home. So here are some of the recommendations that are expected to be reviewed. One, there's no changes to the character or exterior of the home, no medical clinics or nursing care facilities, and the hours of operation for these businesses would be between 7 a.m. and p.m. It's one of several items on an agenda for the meeting scheduled at 6:30. We do have developing news. The 2 American astronauts who spent more than 9 months in space, they are finally back on planet Earth, safe and sound. The group of 4 on the return flight, known as Crew 9, successfully splashed down in their SpaceX Dragon capsule just before 6 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday off of the coast of Florida near Tallahassee. And the Crew 9 astronauts will next travel to Houston for a full medical evaluation.
We are now taking a live look at our nation's capital. New rules could make it more complicated for some people to collect their Social Security benefits. The Trump administration says they're aimed at reducing fraud. One rule starting March 31st requires people who can't prove their identity online to visit a field office. Another bars beneficiaries from changing their bank account information by phone starting on March 29th. Those changes come as the agency is closing some field offices and trying to reduce its workforce by about 12%. Online services will still be available, but many people who collect Social Security benefits are seniors.
We have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Purdue pushes back. We'll tell you how the business is fighting claims of alleged animal abuse at one of its facilities as demonstrations continue on the Eastern Shore.
Also, Eagles legend flies forward. We'll break down the career of defensive end Brandon Graham after his retirement announcement.
And pushing for public safety, we'll tell you how Ocean City is preparing to protect locals and visitors as the summer season is just around the corner. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Paul and Gloria Petros. Paul and Gloria exemplify dedication to service, having both entered the Navy immediately after high school and serving with distinction for 20 years. Their commendable military careers were highlighted by receiving medals for their roles in Operation Iraqi Freedom and the Gulf War. Continuing their commitment to their country, Paul and Gloria now serve as government contractors, bringing their valuable experience and skills to support national interests in their civilian capacities. We salute Paul and Gloria for their enduring service and contributions to both military and civilian endeavors.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
I've been thinking about renovating my garage floor, and suddenly I'm seeing signs everywhere. The universe keeps hinting, even at my local gas company. Pinnacle Concrete is everywhere. And again, multiple signs at the print store. The signs are too strong to ignore. It's time to call. With so many options, my dream is taking shape. And now, I'm not just seeing signs, I'm living proof. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
say. So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Tonight, catch the 3rd annual Coach Who Makes a Difference special, presented by Preston Automotive Group. See us honor 3 local coaches who have made a difference in their communities with their selfless efforts. A 10-time state champion, a 20-year girls basketball and soccer coach, and a first-year field hockey coach. Continue your support for local teams with big dreams only on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch tonight at 8 p.m. on DSN.
6:39 on this Wednesday morning. Gutter helmet cam in Ocean View 33. Looking at a close-up, looks like some jetty maybe there on the Indian River Bay. We're scraping frost inland areas. Temperatures near or above freezing. In fact, below freezing in Redden right now, 30. I checked Millsboro, 32 there, 32 in Milton, upper 30s and 40s at the coast. The winds are calm right now and the skies are clear, so we're looking at a clear morning, but eventually we'll see some high clouds building in from the west, but it will be a beautiful day. Here's your car wash forecast for today. We're looking good today, but not so good tomorrow, with a good chance of rain and then kind of fair on Friday as it does get kind of windy. And today's checklist, ice scraper for sure this morning. Heavy coat in the morning, a lighter coat in the afternoon. Make sure you have your sunscreen, a warm beverage, and sunglasses as well. And congratulations to Walter from Cambridge on winning a new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Happening now, we are getting details about wildfires in Oklahoma. At least 4 people are dead, hundreds more have been injured. According to the Emergency Management Department, more than 400 homes across the state have been damaged. Fires have burned at least 179,000 acres so far. More extreme fire conditions and powerful winds are predicted for today. At the end of winter, several coastal communities are preparing for the summer season. The Ocean City Police Department says it is hiring seasoned public safety officers. OCPD says some of the duties include parking enforcement, patrol, and traffic control. Applicants must have a valid driver's license and GED. People can submit their applications online.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
As much as fans may hope, professional athletes don't play forever. And Eagles fans dealt with that reality yesterday as one of the all-time greats hung up his cleats for good. Eagles legend and former Michigan Wolverine star Brandon Graham officially announced his retirement from the NFL. The 15-year NFL vet goes out as a 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Birds. The edge rusher goes down as the longest tenured Eagle in franchise history, playing a record 218 games. Graham was one of the heroes in Super Bowl 52, strip-sacking Tom Brady late in the game to clinch the victory. This season, he came back early from a torn tricep injury to play in Super Bowl 59, another Eagles win. And in college hoops, we are only one day away from the men's basketball NCAA tournament round of 64, and it comes with DSN's 2025 Basketball Bracket Challenge. If you think you can pick a perfect bracket, join our contest for a chance at prizes if your bracket is in the top 3. First place will win a $200 Wawa gift card, second place earns a $100 gift card, and third place receives a $50 Wawa gift card. Myself, along with DSN's Tim Nolan, Kayla Santiago, Michelle Roberts, and Patrick Cassett, will make our own brackets that you can compare with and go up against. So head over to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com and click the Bracket Challenge tab, and you can make your selections from there. Remember to fill out those brackets before they lock tomorrow at noon. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night at 7:30. It's a DSN special, the 2024 Coach Who Makes a Difference. Then at 8 p.m., Cape Henlopen hosts St. Mark's in boys baseball. And then, as always, stay tuned at 10:30 for the final score.
Having a rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now. It's free. CoastTV.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what's coming up this afternoon on Coast Life.
Delmarva, we have a great Coast Life coming up for you today. We're going to be talking to the Delaware Community Foundation about taxes. And even though April is right around the corner, we're actually looking at some of the things you can do right now to help for next year's taxes. Plus, there's going to be a little bit of hockey. Dover Police FOP Lodge 15 hockey team taking on the Delmarva Warriors. It's all for a good cause, and you'll get the full story here on Coast Life.
Seeing a beautiful sunrise right now in the Spicer Brothers camp, 33 degrees, beautiful conditions, but frosty. Winter is ending today, and it's a cold start for sure, but a warmer end to the day, and then spring arrives milder with showers and breezy conditions, and then very windy into Friday. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-GOLFER, FHFur.com.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
When you have damage caused by frozen or burst pipes, getting help fast is crucial. Royal Plus offers immediate and professional cleanup services if you should suffer damage from frozen pipes. Our water extraction and restoration repair technicians are experts at restoring any structure, location, or property type, and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to your water emergency. In disaster's wake, there's one call to make. Royal Plus. Find us at royalplus.com. We bring calm to the chaos.
The time is now 6:46 and we are taking a live look outside at Ocean View this morning. And Bob, not seeing too much of a really beautiful sunrise there. I'm a little disappointed, but hopefully we'll see the sun later today. It was gorgeous yesterday.
Oh, we'll see the sun. It rises here in about 20 minutes, Elisa, and it'll melt off the frost that we're seeing across inland areas this morning. It's going to take you a couple of extra minutes to scrape that frost with temperatures right around freezing, someplace a little bit below, others a little bit above. So if you have one of those fobs where you can start your car remotely, that is a plus this morning. So you'll need the ice scraper. And then it's a warm afternoon to end winter, 64, 67 on Thursday, a spring arrives at 5:01 a.m. And then 54 Friday, very windy, back to 64 Saturday. And then it's cooling down again as we go into Sunday. And it's really chilly this morning, 31 in Delmar, 34 in Georgetown, Milton 32. At the beaches, I don't think you're seeing frost with 37 in Bethany Beach and 42 in Ocean City. As the winds are calm right now, we've got high pressure overhead, clear skies, light winds, all conducive to that frost away from the coast. But clear skies all the way from the Carolinas into the northeast with high pressure over us. We've got some clouds offshore and also some mid to high level clouds moving through the Ohio Valley as warmer air is making its way in behind that ridge of high pressure and a powerful area of low pressure across the plains with blizzard conditions from Kansas up into Iowa. It's still winter up there. And we are looking at a lot of wind with this system as well. Now, the low is going to track into the Great Lakes, but we'll see this cold front swinging our way as we go into tomorrow, kicking off showers later in the day. Not expecting severe weather. Futurecast this morning at 7:30. We're above freezing into the 30s and 40s, melting a lot of that frost. And then by 10 a.m., we're into the 50s. Inland areas still lagging behind at the beaches where it's going to be cooler into the afternoon hours. I think we're looking at 50s there with 60s inland. And then this evening, we're looking at clouds beginning to increase and thicken up, and then the winds turn to the south. So not as warm tomorrow morning with low 40s as it gets breezy during the day tomorrow and pretty mild to start spring with mid to upper 60s from Georgetown to Ellendale, Seaford, and Salisbury, but a little cooler to the east. And then into the evening hours, we'll start to see showers starting to move in. Maybe some heavier showers and rumble of thunder is possible as this front moves through 8 o'clock. Long Neck seeing showers back into areas of Maryland as well. Then that activity starts to move offshore. Here's a cold front at 10:30, and behind it, the wind starts to howl out of the northwest. We cleared out Friday. Cold in the morning with 30s and highs only in the 50s in the afternoon hours, and feeling much colder with very, very strong winds. In fact, the winds start to rev up tomorrow afternoon, gusting close to 30 miles per hour. Then that front comes through on Friday. We're looking at gusts over 30 miles per hour in the morning, over 40 miles per hour early afternoon. So make sure you secure those outdoor items or they may become projectiles. This latest guidance on the rainfall amounts has backed off quite a bit, a few hundreds to about a third of an inch of rain with this front later Thursday into Friday. So really not all that impressive. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, ending winter pretty nice, 64, then 67 to start spring tomorrow with the late day showers, then lots of wind on Friday, 54. A sprinkle possible on Saturday, 64, back to 54 on Sunday. Some showers Monday, 64, and dry and mild into Tuesday.
Thank you, Bob. Right now, a small group of protesters are making noise against animal agriculture after the start of demonstrations on Tuesday. This group, called Direct Action Everywhere, or DXE, they say they will continue to set up outside of Purdue's headquarters near Salisbury this week. DXE is protesting alleged animal abuse at a Purdue subsidiary in Northern California, and a Purdue spokesperson says the group's allegations are false and that Purdue has been a leader in animal welfare.
This protest or demonstration, whatever you want to call it here, the three of us on the side of the road shouldn't impact anyone's life. We're just here with a message of peace and compassion for animals and the environment.
We operate under transparency. We've spoken with associates. We met with them last week to let them know what to expect. We talked to local elected officials to let them know what might be happening. We've been working with local law enforcement as well. So we want to be completely transparent because we didn't know what was going to happen.
In protests in other areas, there have been charges filed for theft and trespassing.
And the time is now 6:51, so we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
I like this pet of the day because
too.
That on your screen is Bolt, and that is the dog of our director, Cody. So you can see that on your screen is Bolt. We hear that he gets his name because the first opportunity he gets, he bolts.
Well, thank you, Cody, for sending that to us. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Yep, that's where that QR code is. You scan that, you can get your friends to us, and then you can watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Definitely need a fence for a dog named Bolt, that's for sure. Lots of clear skies, calm conditions in Cambridge right now, 34. Very placid looking on the FH Fur Cam, and we're looking at a lot of sunshine today. After a cold start, a warmer end to the last day of winter. And then spring begins mild with some showers and breezy conditions. Very windy Friday. Weekend not too bad. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Transform your outdoor space with Tide Pool Construction on Delmarva, your neighborhood contractor. Serving Salisbury, Ocean Pines, and Ocean City, our composite decks offer durability, customizability, and no maintenance. Upgrade your home now with our new high-quality screened-in porches. Don't wait. Act now and purchase any deck to receive a free outdoor heater.
At Tide Pool Construction, quality and community is our foundation. Let's build something great together.
It matters late at night.
It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you.
Hi, Alex.
Where you get your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have more locations than any other pharmacy, with pharmacists you get to know right in your neighborhood.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome to Bella Terra, where something new is always in bloom. Explore our 20 greenhouses filled with thousands of plants, from exotic tropicals to beloved natives. Our knowledgeable staff with over 50 years of experience are here to help you take your garden to the next level. Conveniently located off Route 16 between Milton and Ellendale, Bellaterra is your destination for fun-filled gardening adventures. Check us out on our website and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See you soon at Bellaterra Landscapes and Garden Center.
For a great shopping experience, Furniture Gallery is the place to pick up one-of-a-kind signature finds to complete your home decor. Come explore our selection of handcrafted furniture and get all the supplies you need for your own DIY projects. And through the doors is Shore Marketplace, where you'll find the most unique local shops at the beach. With over 40 local artisans, Shore Marketplace is truly a local connection you cannot afford to miss. And next door you'll find Scrub Apparel outlets. All this under one roof with easy access off Coastal Highway North.
It is 6:54, and here are the things you need to know before you go. For nearly 2 years, Milford and Slaughter Beach have been working together to better connect the two communities. And tonight, the public has a chance to weigh in. Officials want to build a bicycle and walking path on Route 1. Locals are invited to learn about this project and some of the alternatives being considered in the area. This is happening from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Milford Public Works facility.
Plans continue to be worked on for an area in Milford called Deep Branch Park, and those plans will be reviewed by Sussex County's Planning and Zoning Commission. Milford, they're looking to transform the 19-acre parcel into a park on Rehoboth Boulevard, and some of the ideas for this include playgrounds and pickleball courts, walking trails. The commission meeting takes place at 3 p.m.
Happening today, the Lewis Planning Commission is set to review the final submission for a proposed development called Roosevelt Landing. The 8 single-family lots will be located on Pilottown Road. More than 100 years ago, dating all the way back to 1919, that land became home to the Lewis Dairy. Before the past several years, the building has been empty and the property looks like this. The Planning Commission could issue a recommendation to the mayor and council, who will then hold a public hearing and make a final decision on that subdivision. And the time is now 6:56. So we're going to take another quick look at your final day of winter forecast.
Yeah, we're heading for a mild afternoon, Bob.
Mild afternoon, but boy, is it a frosty start. Old Man Winter still hanging on a little bit through the morning hours, definitely with the frosty conditions. So leave extra time to scrape the frost, warm up the car as we're in the 30s through about 8 a.m. The winds are light today, maybe shifting to the southeast with time, but lots of sunshine and a nice warm up, nice end to winter with a high around 65 away from the coast, but at the coast only in the 50s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Spring officially arrives tomorrow morning at 5:01 a.m. and it'll feel like it tomorrow. It gets breezy, kind of cloudy, 67 the high with late day showers into the evening hours. That's along a cold front, then windy and really cold on Friday, 54. Right now the weekend not too bad, maybe a few sprinkles on Saturday, 64, back to 54 on Sunday. Another rain chance on Monday, spring showers, and then cooling down as we go into really the rest of next week, but temperatures still above average, maybe another shower chance by Friday.
Thank you, Bob. I think that's a pretty good looking forecast.
I'll go with it, yeah.
And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today.
Today's show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11, so make sure you join us then.
And for even more news and coverage, you can count on download our Coast TV News and weather apps. You can get the weather app where you go hour by hour what the conditions are. Great tool to have. Until Coast TV News midday today, have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.